When it comes to these ultimate, premium, deluxe, collector's editions of games these days, it's getting out of hand. I'm just gonna say, I'm looking at these price tags and I'm like, what are we doing? Hello again, everyone. It's me, Vamp, and I'm back to talk about some gaming stuff with you because there was an announcement for a physical collector's edition of Alan Wake 2. And I have really loved Alan Wake 2. So good. And I had to take a look and I saw the price tag is $200. And I was like, wait a minute, $200? What does this come with? And then I took a closer look. It comes with an embossed cover that I think goes over the game as well. It comes with an ocean view hotel keychain. So like a replica keychain. It comes with an angel lamp that you have in the game that you use to take the light that actually lights up. So a little LED like lamp. It comes with a pin set. You get 4 pins. You know me, I love pins. It comes with all the DLC, the expansion pass. You get a digital code for the DLC, so DLC isn't on the disc, but not even, the DLC isn't even all out yet, so that kind of makes sense to me. And you get a hardcover art book that's 160 pages. So you get a lot of stuff. And when I was seeing especially that 160 page hardcover art book, it made me think back to another, Ultimate Edition, Star Wars Outlaws. I'm looking at you. Also, I just pre-ordered my Ultimate Edition of Star Wars Outlaws today, and it was $192 Canadian with tax. What the heck? And I don't get nothing physical. Not a single thing is physical. But you know what? I get that digital art book, though. What? So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how, even just with the hardcover art book, and honestly, I'm really excited for that hardcover art book because I think the artwork in Alan Wake is stunning. So I'm very excited to look at concepts and the characters and the environments and all of that stuff in that art book. I feel like that's a good coffee table book for people to flip through as well. And I also just love this comes with a lot of cool physical stuff. I mean, for me, I know it's not going to be for everyone, but for me, physical items in a game, I really love them, and I just feel like they're such cool pieces to have around your place. I like the Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition, but the Star Wars Outlaws Ultimate Edition, let's just go over it again. Talk about what it comes with. 3 days early access, which basically means they just decided they're just going to release it early, but only for people that pay for that. Which just means, I mean, they could release it for all of us at the same time, but they've decided, no, we're going to put that behind a paywall. The base game, the pre-order bonus, which is the cosmetic packs, which honestly, that stuff I'm kind of fine with. The digital art book, the season pass. So for the seasons pass, you get the 2 DLCs that are coming out later, and then you get a character pack, which gives you additional cosmetics. And then you get the Jabba's Gambit exclusive mission, which is available at launch, which once again is another mission that they're taking. This is something, again, they're taking this that's already in the game and they're just putting it behind a paywall. I understand it's supposed to be bonus content, but if you're releasing it day one, it's no longer bonus content. You just decided to put it behind a paywall and call it bonus content. It was ready on day one. The heck? And I'm just looking at the price, and this is all digital, and this is $169.99 Canadian, and like I said, it comes to $192 in my province with tax. Alan Wake, the collector's edition, admittedly, I believe is in USD, so I think that's $199.99 USD, so that is quite expensive, but you do get a lot of physical stuff with it. And honestly, what is happening with people that make games, I think is what we need to talk about, because I don't mind paying more for a collector's edition, but when it comes to digital media, the price tag people are putting on some of these exclusive pieces of content, some of which, like I said, are just things that we've decided to make exclusive, that we've decided to put behind a paywall, are ridiculous. And the price tag that we attach to them is insane. I mean, look at also just what happened. I don't know if you've heard about what's been going on with League of Legends lately. I'm gonna make another video that's gonna talk a little bit more about this and some other things, because there's other gaming news that I really want to talk about, but I saw this thing for Alan Wake 2 today and I had to come discuss it with you. But The other thing that's happening with League of Legends, and like I said, I'll get more into it later, is that there's a new skin. It's a Faker skin in honor of Faker, and it's like there's different tiers for the skin, and the Faker tier, like the ultimate, like Faker, whatever it's called, that version of the skin is $500. And I understand that a lot of the times buying these things, it's about like the clout of having the thing. Like I have this $500 digital asset and like look how cool I am. But it's $500 for nothing. Nothing in your hands. Nothing. I can't like eat that. I can't resell that. You know? What is this? What did I just spend $500 on? What did I just spend anything on when it comes to a lot of these digital skins and things that we're getting that are just, in a lot of cases, overpriced? And I don't think they have to be priced that high. And it feels like with a lot of this stuff, it's just companies who are more concerned with making money off of gamers than they are about getting people excited about their games. Because for me, I really love to have something physical. I like to have something to just show off my love for a fandom, for a game, for a franchise. I mean, as you can maybe tell from my crazy background, I like physical media. I like owning a thing, and I like that it reflects my love of a story, something that I really enjoy. And I just think with these digital assets, it's not tangible. Like, sure, maybe when I'm playing a game, maybe when I'm playing online, I'm playing League, you know, I could show off that skin and I guess people will know that I spent a lot of money on that. All right. But it's not the same. Once again, even that idea is more of me like flaunting a thing as opposed to wanting to rep a fandom, to share my passion, to get other people excited in it. Like, for me, I love having physical media because, like, if I have the Ocean View Hotel keychain on my keys and I'm out and someone recognizes that while I have, like, my keys in my hand or something, that's, like, a point of connection with people. If I have the lamp in my place and I'm just using it as decor or whatever and someone comes over and notices it, or, like, I have a portal gun. If someone comes over and sees my portal gun and it's like, oh, my gosh, portal gun, I love Portal. It's another way for me to connect with people. I mean, Mortal Kombat 1 came with a freaking statue in their deluxe edition and art prints and a steel book. Like, I still have my big Mortal Kombat 1 box. Should I maybe recycle that? Probably I should recycle that at some point. It takes up a lot of space. But it's an experience when you open a collector's edition that has cool physical media in it. And with digital, we just don't get that same vibe. It's not the same. And I know that physical media isn't going to be for everyone. And I understand that for some people, like, none of this matters. Like, some people aren't going to care about this lamp and are going to say it's just made of probably cheap plastic. Who cares? And I also know there's people that have some issues with limited run. And, you know, I have looked into that a little bit more. I have never ordered from limited run before. With Alan Wake 2, the collector's edition, this is actually the first time I'm going to be getting anything from them, so I can definitely let you know how that goes. I'll do an unbox of it when I get it, and I can show you kind of what it looks like if you want to get a little look into that and just talk about my experience with them. I can't talk about that right now because I haven't had it yet, but from what I looked into, it seems like people's complaints mostly with them are the time period. They feel like the stuff that they make is cheap and not good quality. When I looked into that, I couldn't find a lot of information specifically about the quality of things. I just saw a lot of people theorizing about what things were going to be made of, or, you know, saying like, yeah, their stuff is cheap, but without any specific examples. So it's hard for me to get into that too much. I'd have to, honestly, I could do a whole video probably on limited run. So if you guys want to know more about it, you want me to get more into what people are saying about them, I can definitely do that. I would feel more comfortable once I have something from them, so at least I can also have my own experience and not just be relaying other people's experiences to you. But I could research that and talk to you about it if you want. But the main thing that I saw that actually had something behind it was that people were talking about this controversy with limited run. They did a collector's edition of the horror game D, which was developed by Warp, and what ended up happening was the discs weren't pressed, but they were recorded on a CDR. So a lot of people got upset about that because they were like, my disc isn't working, it's not reading. People were upset. And Limited Run did respond to this. So they didn't just, like, not say anything or tell people, like, get over it or whatever. They actually, I thought, had a pretty good response. So while I understand why this was a controversy, because people were upset about CDRs and it not being pressed, Limited Run responded and basically said, we weren't aware that this was going to be an issue. We did, like, test all of our stuff. We are going to replace the discs with pressed discs. And if you have a problem, please message us, let us know, create a ticket. We'll replace it. We're looking at giving people full refunds. We're trying to figure it out. I'll also give you guys a link to this article as well in the video description. So if you want to check it out, this is an article from Level Up, so they went into it. But Limited Run's response, I'll just kind of read what they said here, was that when it comes to the reprint of D, they couldn't do it in the traditional way, even when they consulted experts. So they decided to use a different process. They said it's basically hard to manufacture hardware for something that's over 30 years old. There's a lot of issues that they have with that they have to, a lot of things they have to troubleshoot. And they decided to do a bunch of research. They went with the largest disk replication providers to get those disks printed. And when they attempted to print disks in the traditional manner, they were having some issues. So they were like, okay, why don't we try doing CDRs? And so they did that, and they tried all the CDRs on all of their 3DO systems that they had. They tested them in the office. They tested them on those consoles. And as far as they saw, everything was working great. And then after shipping, they noticed that there were some problems. And then they were like, okay, we're not going to ship more. We're going to fix it, and then we'll get back to that once we've resolved this issue with everybody. And they said, we'll give you refunds, we'll replace the discs. And as far as I can tell, that's the only major controversy that they've had in terms of quality of the product. The product not working, anything like that. And then I went onto the wiki to take a look at just how many games Limited Run Games has done. And it's a lot. So I feel like their track record is not so bad. And it could have also maybe had to do with, I have been hearing that they've been blowing up lately. So it could also be an expansion issue. But like I said, I've only dipped a foot really into this. So if there are other problems with Limited Run Games, or you've had experiences that you would love to share, please feel free to in the comments. I'd love to hear more about it. But I will say, just based on what I'm seeing here with Alan Wake 2 and some of the stuff I was looking into, I'm pretty excited for this. I actually think it looks really cool. It wouldn't bother me if the angel lamp was made out of plastic. Like, I don't really care. I mean, it would be nice if the Ocean View Hotel keychain was made out of metal, but I don't need it to be made out of metal for it to be cool. Honestly, the fact that it's coming with a hardcover art book that's 160 pages and that pin set for me, and like a nice case for Alan Wake. I mean, the fact that those replica items are just in here at all, no matter what they're made out of, as long as they don't immediately break as soon as I open it, I'm gonna be pretty happy with that. Maybe I'm too simply pleased. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, though, what this boils down to is it just feels like a lot of the people that are deciding what goes into a bundle or deciding how to price these bundles that are digital as opposed to physical, or just not even giving us an option of physical, I just feel like they don't care about getting us excited about the games. Because this Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition gets me excited. And honestly, it makes me want to play more Alan Wake 2. It makes me want to go back to Alan Wake 2 just seeing it, even if I wasn't getting it. I'm excited. To me, it felt very nice and very right, and especially with how much I've really enjoyed this game. When it comes to Star Wars Outlaws, it's doing the opposite for me. I want to be excited about Star Wars Outlaws, but like the Ultimate Edition is part of the reason why I'm concerned, because I'm like, why is this bundled like this? Why is this so much? Why are there things that are just being kept behind paywalls? We could just give those to people. It makes me more concerned for the game than it makes me excited for the game. And I really want to be excited for Star Wars Outlaws because it looks like the developers have put a lot of time and effort and love into this game, and I hope it's good. I really want it to be good. And if you're wondering, why would you get the Ultimate Edition if you think this is an issue? Because I want to get it so that I can accurately review it for you as someone who has spent that money and who can tell you based on my experience what I actually think of that. And I honestly hope it's good. I hope I get it and I'm like, this was worth $192 with the tax on. I don't know if that reality exists, but I really want it to exist, even though it's not physical. Ultimately, though, we need more physical media. That's what it is. We need at least the option. Just give us the option, please. The good news is, though, we do have people that are trying to make fun limited run editions of things. And limited run is kind of cool as well in the sense that they don't just do collector's editions of new games, right? Like, they're doing stuff that is older games that would have never gotten collector's treatments. Like, they have a collector's edition for $64.99, Turok 3, Shadow of Oblivion. Like, that's just something, like, there's a lot of games that came out that people love that didn't really get that treatment at the time. Or, you know, we didn't really, like, have things like this. And I think it's really cool to have someone revisit some of those older titles and, like, give them that time in the spotlight and give them that love. Because there's fans of them out there that I know are just waiting for moments like this. There's so many classic games that I love that I'd love to see a cool collector's edition with, like, especially with physical media in it, especially with something that's, like, from the games. Like, I was looking at their Tomb Raider one as well, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, and, like, it comes with Lara Croft's, like, guns, and I was like, dude, that's sick. Anyways, friends, that's it on this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on sort of collector's editions, ultimate, deluxe, premium, whatever you want to call them, special editions of games in the comments below. And let me know what you think of limited run of this new Alan Wake 2 collector's edition of Star Wars Outlaws, digital versus physical. Let's have a little chat. You know I love to chat with you in the comments. I'll see you next time, and until then, friends, stay nerdy.